What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Redline Homesteading. In today's episode, we're going to be going over all the clothes, gear, and equipment that I use on an early season archery hunt. So go ahead and hit that like, comment, subscribe button, and we're going to jump into today's episode. Alright, first things first, guys, we're going to go ahead and just start off with what I wear. So I'm wearing part of it right now. Mossy Oak Bottomland t-shirt from Walmart. Got it on sale post-season. It's super lightweight, cotton, breathable. Love it. Absolutely, just it's amazing. It's not crazy hot. On top of that, I got some Mossy Oak Bottomland pants. They're cotton, they're lightweight, they're super thin, breathable. I love wearing these even when I'm just going to check trail cameras or, do some work around the farm or something. These are amazing. So that's my t-shirt. I'll always take a lightweight jacket. This jacket's pretty old, but it's got some sentimental value. This was my dad's bow hunting jacket when he got into hunting and really got into bow hunting when he was a young teenager. So he passed it down to me, and I absolutely love it. If I need a little something, take the edge off the cold or whatever, I got it right here, all right? So that covers my clothes. For my boots, I wear for my spring and summer, fall, early season boots, I wear the Redhead utility boots. Got these from Cabela's on sale last hunting season. Absolutely love these. They're super lightweight. They're breathable, very comfortable, and they're not crazy hot. They hold a little bit of heat in, but not an insane amount. Typically, I wear some light, thin socks with these, and I'll be crazy comfortable. All right. In my pockets, I keep a Snake Staff Systems tourniquet. It's the 1 inch, not the 1.5 inch. If you've never heard of them, you should go check them out. They make some great concealed carry stuff. This is their mag holder tourniquet that literally will fit in a Glock 19 mag holder. Snake Staff Systems, you can find them online. I'll throw a link in the description. Really enjoy having this. I always take this anywhere I go. And then I keep a lighter just in case I ever need to start a fire or something. I got a way to stop bleeding and a way to keep myself warm. So I always keep those in my pocket. I got some Hunter Specialty black camo paint. I know everybody's like, oh my gosh, you're doing the whole little buck commander thing. But I don't know what it is about it, but I really like doing the whole antlers across my face thing. Or just doing like big giant black splotches on my face. I don't know why. It just makes me feel cool. And hunting is like 5% cool and 95% skill. So got to have that 5% cool factor in there. So got some black face paint. Sometimes I put it on. Sometimes I don't. 90% of the time I put it on. But I got this at Cabela's. Really enjoy it. It's like 1 ounce, but it's lasted me 2 seasons so far, and this is number 3. So enjoy that. On my chest, I'm running the Vortex optics, binocular, and rangefinder pouch. Nothing crazy special. Some Amazon like 12 by 42s, 12 by 42 binoculars in here. Nothing crazy. Just an Amazon rangefinder. I don't even know what brand it is. On the right side pouch, I run my bow hanger string that I made. I just took a piece of string I had. Did a figure 8 on a bite and just run that through itself, and it cinches down the tree. I can hold my bag, my bow, my quiver, everything just with this. So I got that right here for quick, easy access. As soon as I get in the tree, I can go ahead and start putting that up and have somewhere to hold my bow and everything. And then on the other side, I have my grunt call. And it's nothing crazy. It was a Walmart special grunt call. It's from Flex Tone. It's worked well. I got it last year before bow season started, and I've had a lot of success with getting bucks to come into this grunt call. I've even had some does respond to it and come into it, check it out, see what's going on. Between that and my rattle bag, I've had a lot of good success. So nothing crazy. Very simple, down to earth grunt call. All right, moving over to my primary weapon system, I'm using the Bear Apprentice 2. I got this around March or April of last year. Used it all through last hunting season. It has worked well for me. It is a youth bow, drawing 60 pounds, but it's, you know, doing what I need to do to kill whitetail, so that's all that matters. I'm running the Easton Vital Impact Arrows 500 spine with the G5 Mega Meat 3-blade mechanical broadhead on the end of that. I've had great success with these Mega Meats. I've tried a couple different ones. I've tried Muzzy. I've tried Walmart's knockoff brand of Muzzy, and a couple other like 3-bladed fixed blade broadheads, and I just didn't feel like I was getting the hole that I wanted where it would bleed enough. So moving over to these G5 Mega Meats mechanical broadheads, 2-inch cutting radius. I have never had issues finding a deer, and typically my arrows will pass through deer with these broadheads. So really enjoyed that. I'm running True Glow sight on here, some stabilizer that came with it, Whisker Bisker. I got an action camera, shotgun camera on the bottom for getting those, you know, shots where I'm holding the bow. I'm running the True Fire trigger release. Nothing special. Eventually, I think I'm going to upgrade to one of the trigger releases with the little hook on it. They seem to be a lot better for getting consistent shots and not as jumpy as these old style trigger releases can be sometimes. But yeah, True Glow crossbow quiver. Didn't realize it was a crossbow quiver when I ordered it, but it was, so I was like, whatever, I'll just keep it, and I've been using it for a season now, and it works just fine. So anyways, that's it for the primary weapon system. All right, guys, so now we got to the pack. This is the nitty gritty. So all right, starting off just on the sides here, I got 2 climbing sticks. Now I run a 2 climbing stick system. I'll roll some B-roll right here of how I set these up, typically how far apart they are and stuff like that, so y'all can see. It's nothing crazy. I have an 8er on each one that gives me a little bit of extra room to climb, so typically I can get about, you know, 12 to 15 feet up, just depending. So it does what I need it to do. So we have climbing sticks on the sides of my pack, nothing crazy. These are some Amazon special climbing sticks. They were like 70 bucks for 4 of them. They're a little bit heavy, but they've been getting the job done for 2 years now. On the front here, this is an old multicam IVAC pouch. Inside of this pouch, it has a pull tab right here that I can just pull it. It's got a little wire right here, and it opens up. And inside here, I keep my butt out tool. I keep my old timer knife that I love to gut my deer with. I keep my pull rope for pulling deer and an extra release. I never leave the house without an extra release. You never know when you may need one or when you forget your primary release. So always, and I learned this the hard way last year, got in the tree, realized I had forgotten my extra release in the truck, and I didn't have my primary release with me, so I had to get out of the tree, go all the way back to the truck, get my secondary release, and come back to the tree. Needless to say, I was not a happy camper because I was not in the tree until after daylight. But anyways, that's what I carry in this little pouch that's up front. That's easy for me to get to. It doesn't take up a lot of space. Super simple. When I dive into the main compartment, So the main compartment is going to mainly house my saddle whenever I don't want to walk in with it. So I am this year using the Lucky Clover Amazon special saddle. If you haven't seen our Amazon special first impression review of this saddle, make sure you go check out that video. There'll be a little pop-up right here for you to click on if you'd like to check that video out. So far this year, I've been using it a lot to practice with, and I've really enjoyed it. I just have an old Saw 240 machine gun box mag pouch on here that I had laying around. That's got my lineman's rope, my back strap, and my tether strap all in there. I just keep that on the side, and it's got a wire tie right here on the side for me to put my extra stick when I'm climbing up the tree and all that. So keeps everything super streamlined. All right, so that's in the main pouch. The other things that can go in there is extra clothes, this jacket if I don't want to use it, or I want to wait till I get in the tree to use it, or whatever, however I want to do that. There's plenty of room for me to put a coffee bottle, whatever, in that main pouch. There's a pouch behind the main pouch. I always keep a saw with me. Sometimes you get into these setups, and more so on private land because you're not supposed to cut anything on public land, but you get into these setups and it's like, oh man, I really need that branch out of the way for me to have a good shooting room or something. You can literally just, you know, push this button down, saw comes open, and you can go to town, cut what you need. They're really helpful, super nice. If you want to make a sled to drag your deer out, that also works. I've done that before. Diving into this front pouch, all right, this is the nitty gritty. The main front pouch, I got my rattle bag. This is another Walmart special. Got it at the same time I got the grunt call. Just do a little grunt, little rattle. I've had a lot of success with this last year. I had several young bucks as well as some pretty nice mature bucks come into this, and just wasn't able to get a shot on them, but it was cool getting to see them and seeing that they did respond to that. We have in the main part of this is we have our brand new 3D printed camera arm. A buddy of mine printed this out for me and sent it over. So we just put it all together. Originally it had a 3D printed back for mounting to the tree, but it wasn't quite as stable as I was hoping, so I used my old camera arm metal bracket that mounts to the tree with a ratchet strap, and I have a much stable base, and my camera is not shaking or anything like that. So I put the fluid head from the old camera arm on as well as this back plate, and this thing works very well. It's amazing. It's quick, easy, and quiet to set up, and super small and compact. So I really enjoyed that. In this pouch, I also have another shotgun camera that I can put on my head. If I want to run one on my head, then I can just, put it on there. There's a pouch inside of this pouch. I have like a little tripod, flexible tripod for a camera in case I need to tie it around a branch or something. I have a roll of electrical tape, and then I have my shotgun mic that I keep in a bag when I want to hook it up to the phone that is on the camera arm. I do have some trash bags in here. I keep these for, not only picking up my own trash, but also if I do kill a deer, this is what I've been using for game bags. I'm probably going to eventually buy some actual game bags, but trash bags work great for now, so I'm not going to change this year at least. Other than that, there's nothing really else in this bag. This is a Army surplus. Used to be digital camo, but I painted it. So it got spray painted some brown and green. So it turned out pretty good. It works well for what I need. All in all, the whole entire setup with everything in this bag This bag only weighs about 15 pounds, which is really not bad compared to last year. My pack weighed about 22 to 25 pounds, give or take. Very heavy, very cumbersome, super uncomfortable. And a lot of that weight was because of the steel saddle platform that I was using. It was completely steel. It's heavy as crap, and I hate it. So I got rid of the saddle platform this year, and I'm just using the climbing stick. I don't have a platform. All I have is a climbing stick, and I've been practicing literally just sitting and hanging in my saddle. It's crazy comfortable and it works well, and it's cheaper than going and buying a platform currently. I do have a little Amazon special action camera right here that is on my shoulder. If I'm walking through the woods or whatever, I can have that playing, and it just gets another angle of us walking or whatever. So nothing crazy, but that is pretty much it. I really don't carry a lot. I try to be as light and mobile as possible. It's one thing I'm pretty bad about is carrying everything I think I may need instead of just carrying what I normally use. So anyways, thank y'all for coming along. Please don't forget to hit that like, comment, subscribe, and catch you around.